York. He produces his own shows. He's also married, ladies, but that doesn't mean anything. Christian John, everyone!
Keep it going for Nina Caruso, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good? Yeah, I hope you guys are all having a good day. I had a pretty weird day today myself. At work. I work as a physician during the day, right? So I work in nursing homes. Yeah, thank you. I work in nursing homes, a lot of, little old ladies and stuff. And I had this new patient, little old lady, never saw her before. She goes to me, she goes, Dr. Christian, I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but you're very handsome. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. That's so sweet, Then I checked her chart. Turns out she's been blind for the last 10 years. She was just looking for a bump in her oxycodone. Little geriatric sweet talker over here. Yeah. So we just celebrated Halloween, which is cool. My Arab father hated Halloween when I was a kid. He hated it. I remember when I was a child, my mother got me a Ninja Turtles costume. And I had to ask my dad, can I go trick-or-treating? I asked my father, he's like, I didn't come to this country so that my son could dress up like a reptile and beg for food. He's like, that's the type of shit I was hoping to avoid coming to this country. But I have to admit, as an Arab man, autumn is my favorite time of year. You know what I mean? Because you get to celebrate the holidays. That's cool, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, 9/11, right? Yeah, dude. What better way to fucking celebrate 9/11 with a nice pumpkin spiced shisha? Fucking the best, right? Now that's a joke, obviously. But we are living in a weird time, I must say. I really do think it's a weird time, I mean, I'm not political, you know what I mean? I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, so I don't lean right or lean gay. But I do think Joe Biden's next executive order should be signing his do not resuscitate, because the guy is way too fucking old, you know what I mean? Like, come on. I mean, if Biden walked into a nursing home right now, he'd be like, holy shit, spring break, this is crazy. That's too fucking old. I don't know if you know this, the first time Biden met Bernie Sanders, he was like, and what's your name, young fella? Because he's really old, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself. Years ago, I was dating this girl, right? And so I had to meet her father, and her father was like, Christian, tell me about yourself. I'm like, sure, no problem. My parents are from the Middle East, so that makes me Arab. But I was born and raised on Staten Island, New York. He's like, wait, so you're Arab and from Staten Island? I'm like, that's right. He's like, yeah, I'd like you to stop seeing my daughter immediately. And I get it, because from his point of view, what the fuck kind of Guido terrorist is my daughter bringing along? Nobody wants their daughter being fucking Vincenzo Bin Laden over here. Because let's face it, the only thing worse than a dude in a turban is a dude in a wife beater who's also wearing a turban. And that turban is made by Ed Hardy? I mean, that's fucking... Basically, from this guy's point of view, if I am a terrorist, I'm blowing up buildings to the sound of DJ Tiesto. And there's a chance I'm saying douchey things like, yo, this explosion needs more bass, you know what I mean? Man, I don't know, man. That girl that I dated, she was very fucking trash. That whole family was trash. I ended up marrying her, but dude, that girl was so... I realized she was trashy too when, on Thanksgiving actually. I brought her home to mom and dad. She was going to drive to my parents' house for Thanksgiving dinner. And she was telling me that she was excited for the cranberry sauce to help her UTI. I'm like, bitch, what makes you think we have cranberry sauce? We're Arab. Arabs don't eat shit like that. We eat our own food, even on the holidays. We eat fucking lamb and shit. Fucking haroof. Fucking eat a haroofa. That's what we fucking eat. I mean, did this bitch really think, well, we had some fucking halal stovetop stuffing in the oven? Dude, no. Yeah. I like being Arab, it's cool. It's a little weird, it can get awkward at times. I'm sure some of you guys know. Like, I think I've been racially profiled in the past. I don't know, you tell me if this sounds shady or more like standard procedure. Years ago, one summer during my college years, I was at the airport, right? So TSA came up to me and they're like, sir, you're gonna have to come with us. You've been selected for a random bag check. All right, now I thought that was shady because it's like, I didn't even have any bags, you know what I And I was just working at the Dunkin' Donuts in the terminal. Having my shirt said Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, officer, I'm wearing the visor. I sold you your coffee, you know? Like, it's still hot. I don't know how you don't remember. Yeah, man. So things like that have admittedly made me ambivalent about being Arab, you know what I mean? Because it's a little awkward. Like my wife the other day was telling me, she was like, you should do the whole 23andMe thing to see if you're 100% Arab. I'm like, dude, I really don't need some ancestry pathology report coming in the fucking mail telling me I'm 100% Arab. Like, dude, that would feel more like a diagnosis more than anything else. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, sir, you are 100% Arab and there's nothing we can do about it. You're like, holy shit, 100%? What is that, stage 4? Damn, dude. Yeah. But I just got married, which is nice. I just got married. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. 36 years old, just got married, which is late, you know, by Arab standards, because, you know, if you're in your 30s and single, there's a lot of pressure from the community to settle down and find a wife to take your anger out on. And thankfully, I found the one. She is a gem, you know? My wife is a very good cook, yeah. I particularly enjoy the taste of my wife's obedience. Oh my goodness. Ah, delicious, mwah. I can see the ladies in the crowd looking at me like, but Hannah was Schiffer, asshole. Bon appetit, motherfucker. No, I'm not one of those Arab dudes that's like, you know, I'm the man and my wife needs to ask permission to menstruate or whatever. I'm not one of those dudes. My wife and I are very attached, very attached. Here's how attached we are. I think it's a little abnormal. I actually brought my wife to my own bachelor party. Isn't that crazy? I brought my wife to my bachelor party. It was cool, but it was a little awkward because when the hookers finally got to the hotel room, I had to sit her down and be like, all right, babe, listen, I didn't say you could bring all your friends, you know what I mean? She's like, I don't really consider them friends as much as coworkers. No, I'm joking. She did come to my bachelor party and she wanted to bring her friends. She's like, do you mind if I bring my friends? I'm like, no, dude, like, it's bad enough you're here, you know what I mean? Like, don't take advantage is what I mean. That's what I mean to say. Because it's like you give them an inch and they want 9 more, and it's like, dude, I'm not built like that. I'm North African. It doesn't count, you know what I mean? My wife is my wife is very pretty. She's Arab like me, and she's got these pretty bangs. You know what I mean? She looks like if Audrey Hepburn wasn't allowed to read. That's what my wife looks like. If Anne Hathaway had no rights at all, that's what my wife looks like. But she's wonderful. She's skinny, but she's got this crazy hearty appetite and shit. You know, she can eat, this woman too. She's got like the appetite of like Cookie Monster. If you lived in Calcutta, I mean, fucking, she can eat, dude. Yeah, we decided we don't want to have kids. She was telling me the other day, I don't want to have children. I'm like, how come? She's like, you know, because I don't want to spend all my time like running after them and shit. I'm like, you make a good point, you know, so we decided no kids. We should have decided this though within the first 2 trimesters. I think that would have been better. Where do we go from here? I don't know, fucking Mexico? Do they do the 3rd trimester in Mexico? No. She's not pregnant, but she makes a good point. I mean, I don't think, anybody here have kids? Any parents here? Yeah? Dude, that shit looks horrible. It doesn't look fun, that shit looks fucking miserably exhausting. You know what I mean? And I realize when people have kids, they'll bullshit you because they want you to have kids. The fucking misery loves company type of thing. Like this guy at work the other day, he was like, let me tell you something, Christian. There is nothing as rewarding as having children of your own. Which was a little weird coming from somebody who lost custody. That's fucking weird. Yeah, I don't think I'd be a good father. You know what I mean? I don't think I'd be a good dad because I don't want to deal with it, dude. You know, like what if my kid, for example, grows up and he's got like social issues? You know, like what if he grows up and he's like a fucking loser in school? Now I gotta go through that. Again, you know what I mean? It's like fucking, that would suck, you know what I mean? Like my fucking son doesn't want to take the bus because he's getting made fun of, so now I gotta drive him and risk being seen with them? Fuck you, dude. I got a fucking reputation, you know what I mean? Can't be fucking around. Maybe we'll adopt, I don't know. Maybe we'll adopt in the future, who knows? But even that's complicated, because you gotta know to ask the right questions. You know what I mean? Like, for example, my neighbor, he adopted a 10-year-old little girl from Puerto Rico, But he forgot to ask whether she comes with children of her own or not. And now he's a father and a grandfather all at one time. Man, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Oh, yeah, all right, fucking, I'll take it. That's cool. I don't know if I'd be a good father. My father wasn't a good dad for me, you know what I mean? Because he was also a physician. But unlike me, he was a workaholic, so he didn't spend a lot of time with me and my siblings, you know? And I remember being upset as a kid, asking my mother, like, how come daddy doesn't spend time with me, you know? Like, is it because he doesn't accept my insurance? Like, what the fuck, you know? My mother was like, listen, you're not the only one looking for a new provider. I'm like, Mom, please don't tell me you've been going out of network, because there's only so much I can take, you know what I mean? Yeah. Fucking, I don't know. What can I say, dude? This is getting depressing, right? This is complaining about my life. Even on the way here, I got into a fight with my wife, you know? I don't know, I mean, she's cool, but she bugs me. Yeah, first of all, getting into a fight in the car sucks. Because you're stranded. You can't go anywhere. Hey, one time I got so bad, I'm like, I'm getting out, I'm taking an Uber home, and I'll meet you at home. Dude, I was 10 minutes from the house. Tell me how the Uber cost $100. Oh, I never felt so poor in my entire life. I'm like, I literally don't make enough money to argue with my wife. What the fuck? All right, you guys are great. My name is Christian John.